What's up, guys? Josh here once again. Call me Lucky 7, Shake, Bake, Jersh, whatever you want to call me. So, start out with, tonight I'm vaping on a juice company called ANML. The juice is called Carnage. It's a red vine, really delicious, almost on-spot red vine. I have new cotton in here, so it kind of tastes a little muted, but just gotta break it in. Anyway, so I want to do a review or a remake of why I smoke, because I don't think I got into the detail enough that I did when I did it before. So let's start off with my childhood. Okay, so every kid that's around smoking kind of, wants to try it, when they're older or act like, an adult or something like that. I would take butts out of the ashtray and act like I'm smoking. Ugh. I don't know why I did that. But anyway, also my dad chewed. So we would open the door and there's like this foamy, this, I don't know how to explain it. It was this seal, and I would take chunks off that and put it in my lip and shit. I don't even know if you noticed, but yeah, I would put it in my lip. So monkey see, monkey do. But that's the thing. Like with vaping, I mean, kids are gonna see it and they're gonna be like, well, maybe I want to try it, later on when I'm older or something. I would rather see them wanting to vape rather than wanting to smoke. But either way, it should be kept out of reach of children, should not be sold to minors, and should not be encouraged to minors, because it is an adult product, just like cigarettes. So basically, okay, so let's move on to when I was 11. Okay, I was 11 years old. My mom would keep the cigarettes up on top of the fridge, and I don't think she kept track of it because she never said anything, but I took a pack. Okay, didn't pack. I didn't even know how to all I knew is how to open the pack and light it. So went out to the garage. It was like early morning, like before my mom even got up. Went out to the garage, took a puff, coughed like a motherfucker, like you just took a big old hit of weed or something like that. And I only did that once, and I put it out, and I was all freaking out. And I was like, my dad's gonna see the burn mark on the cement, and it's like whatever. I look back on it now; it's kind of funny. So I took the cigarettes, ran across the alley, stuffed them in a well, so nobody would find them. Never tried that again. Well, till later on in my life, but. So I was working at McDonald's, and my friend was smoking a cigarette, and I took a drag off it. I swear I had a buzz for like 5-10 minutes. It lasted a long time. It was crazy. Let me take a vape real quick. Okay. Yeah, so I took a drag of that cigarette and got that buzz and everything, but I never smoked after that. It wasn't until because that was back in maybe January. I worked there from October to March. And it was somewhere in that area of 2004, 2005, somewhere around there. And anyway, I moved on to Burger King, and fucking BB claimed that I was a fucking homo. Scared the shit out of Jared because he's a homophobe. Funny shit. But yeah, I don't know why she thought I was a homo. I have no fucking idea. Anyway, I smoked I was outside with the we just closed and we were all hanging outside smoking a cigarette. I wasn't smoking a cigarette yet, but I had asked for one because I wanted to try it, So I tried it. I liked it. Liked the buzz it gave me and all that good stuff. So I would hang out with my buddy Cody and we'd smoke cigarettes and stuff like that. I actually didn't buy my first pack till I was at the skate park. I skated for 2 years, skateboarded for 2 years. I was down there almost every day, even in the cold, unless it was really cold or rainy or whatever. I was down there. But yeah, I bought my first pack. There's Marlboro 27s. I chain smoked those like crazy. I got sick too because I think I smoked 7 in 2 hours. I was just lighting them up. Ended up getting sick, and so I gave them away. And I continued to smoke here off and on, once in a while, you know. Not all the time, but I did have a pack of my own every once in a while. And about 3 weeks into it, I was like, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. So I threw the pack over the fence. And my parents had no idea that I was smoking at that time. So I threw the pack over the fence and said, done with it. It wasn't about until like 3 weeks later, me and my buddy were cruising around. He offered me a cigarette. And that's where I started. I started off on Marlboro 72 Lights. Those little fuckers. I smoked those for a good year. Then I started hanging out with my buddy Nick and started smoking menthols. I don't know why. I just like menthols. And then I was stuck on menthols forever. And then hanging out with my boys, my car crew boys, night shift. They were all smoking like, a couple of my friends were smoking Wides, so I started smoking menthol Wides by Camel. You know, smoked those for years. And then it wasn't until I moved back home in Sterling, Colorado from Denver that I actually had to start smoking cheaper cigarettes. So I try and find good deals, hopefully get some good deals on some Camels. And I did find some good deals on Camels once in a while. But mainly I was smoking Pall Mall menthols because they're like the cheapest cigarettes that didn't taste like shit, you know. Continued to smoke menthols. I really wanted to quit. I tried twice. 2006 I quit for 6 days, and I had only been on it for maybe a half a year, if even that. I hadn't been on it that long and I still couldn't quit. I tried in 2013 or about 2013 I tried again. No success. 12 days. I was irritable as shit. So my mom said she was going to stick a cigarette in my mouth and light it. So I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'll just smoke. And it wasn't until September that we really, really wanted to quit. I had the blues. My mom had the views. Blues views. We tried the views and it was just too harsh. It was like we looked it up, it was 45 milligram nicotine. It's fucking crazy. No. My blues were 18 milligram, but I didn't get the like satisfaction from them, you know, because like barely any vapor and they're hard and they're supposed to be like a cigarette, but they're like really hard and plasticky and stuff like that. So anyway, we got tired of those, so we looked up the best e-cigarette. Actually, my mom did. Looked up the best e-cigarette, and we came across Halo, and they look pretty decent, but they use like the Clearmizer, the CE5 or CE something, the ones with the wicks, you know, the wicks inside. I never understood how those work, but apparently they work, but not for me. So we tried to find a local shop instead, and I think we were thinking we were going to have to go up to Fort Collins or something like that, but we found one in Fort Morgan that had been open for about a month. So we decided to go down there. September 25th, 2014. My mom actually went to school with the lady, so she knew her, and she was really nice. I mean, you know, she was decent with what she did. I know she's grown a lot now, because back then, I mean, she'd only been vaping for a year, so I mean, she knew what she was talking about, but basically she's grown since then, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't that she was bad at that time, she's grown. So, anyway, they had the MVP 2 that I wanted, picked up one of those. I got the silver one. It looked white, and I was hoping it was white, but it was actually a silver doohickey. 11 watt device. I don't remember how many volts, probably like 5 or something like that. Not gonna dick around with it and try and find out, but I don't even think you can get those anymore. Maybe from Fastech or something like that. But anyway, so I started out on one of those. Give me just a second. Okay, I had to adjust my music. Where was I? Oh, so we both got the MVP2s. My mom was thinking about looking at a starter kit, just basic ego starter kit. Thank God she didn't, because I know she wouldn't have stuck with it with that. With the Pro Tank 2 and the MVP, it was a good setup to start with. You get a little bit more power than the egos, you know. So it was a good choice on her end. If she would have chosen the starter kit, I don't know if she would have made it. But thank God she did, and thank God she's made it. But anyway, after that, you know, we vaped on Mount Baker juice, which is a really cheap juice. It's not the greatest. Like, there are other brand style or whatever, like Guar and stuff like that. I would vape Guar. Guar is really good. I've been thinking about picking up a bottle, but I always forget about it when I get paid. So it's good stuff though. One of my friends sent it to me last year to try. It's not too bad. I mean, it's more than not too bad. It's good. But let me have a vape real quick. There's the flavor. It's starting to come out. Anyway, so we started off on Mount Baker juice. A lot of people start on Mount Baker juice. A lot of the shops start selling the Mount Baker juice first, and then as they grow, they get more premium juices. The thing I don't like about shops, though, is if they don't have nicotine to add to your juice, you're pretty well stuck with 0, 3, and 6. 0, 3, and 6 is very popular unless you're up in like the front range. They have a lot of 12s and 24s and stuff like that. But if they can't add nicotine, then you're kind of stuck with the highest that they have, which would be like 6 or whatever. Some places don't go higher than 6. But the beauty of that is you can add nicotine, and a lot of the shops do have nicotine that they can add, but some of them don't, so you kind of have to stick with what they got. More and more now are starting to get nicotine in and able to add it to your juice. So anyway, I started out at 18 milligrams, which right now I could not vape 18. It would be so harsh. But at the time I was a heavy smoker, so I was kind of used to the throat hit and all that good stuff. You know, we got our ice sticks soon after our MVPs. Just kept moving up, finding different juice companies. I know we tried Toxic Angel. We tried Vale from Fort Collins, which is pretty good. But as for me, I need a lot more juice because I drip, and those juices aren't cheap. Found out. Hold on, I got a phone call. Well, that was weird. Apparently, I called somebody. Apparently, my phone called somebody. Maybe it was an old caller ID number. I don't know. Like, I just switched my number and some guy named Nick had. I don't know. But whatever. Anyway. Where was I at? Oh, yeah. So we, can't focus. Give me a minute to Anyway, okay, so we moved on to the iStick with the Nautilus Mini. Over time, we kept collecting different mods, trying different things. I didn't start sub-ohming until, well, I started out at 18 milligram nicotine when I first started, and then I moved on to, 12 in December, and then 6 in April, which is around the time I started building and getting sub-ohming and stuff like that. But I'm still learning about a lot of stuff. So why do I vape? It is a hobby of mine. I love collecting mods. I love collecting RDAs, juices, all that good stuff. Trying different juices, all that stuff. But the main thing is, it got me off cigarettes. It got me off cigarettes, and it's helping me be, healthier. It's healthier for me than actual cigarettes. I don't stink. My breathing is a lot better. My pulse is better. Just overall, really good. So I would suggest vaping to anybody that is trying to get off cigarettes because it is the most effective way to quit. So I hope my story kind of gave you some insight on what I've been going through and what you can do to get off cigarettes too. I would love to save at least one person, and if you're seeing this and you switch, I saved that one person. So have a good night.